Tonight's presentation is by Avinash Raj. He is a recovering entrepreneur. Now he is an entrepreneur in a public sector. His life is committed to helping individuals, organizations, and communities discover and implement changes for good. A cross-disciplinary background in business, user experience design, and technology provided a holistic approach to a strategic innovation through design thinking. Yeah. Avin, do you have a PowerPoint to share?
Thank you guys for having us, me and Ashok. I'm going to share my desktop. Let me see if it works. Is that good?
Yeah. Yes, we can see it.
Okay, this is my first time at Civic Tech, and what brings me joy is now just talking to you guys. You guys can hear me? Okay, cool.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys if you had an option between donating money to a nonprofit and donating your time doing what you like to do, doing something that you enjoy, which option would you choose?
The second one.
If you can just maybe I think there are smileys that you can use, or if I can see everyone's on the camera and they can raise their hands.
Yeah, actually, people are replying in the chat.
Okay, I can't see.
Somehow. Yeah, so everyone is saying option 2 and the time.
Yeah, and that's very human. That's very human psychology. Where once we have money, it's very difficult for us to detach from it. That is one aspect of it. And the second aspect is we really like to contribute where we can work together with other human beings and do something good together. And hence, that's the reason for it. So when we were just thinking of this idea, we did a small survey with a bunch of people, and these are some of the results that we got from the survey. And one of the, like you guys, everyone, most of 75% of the user wanted to help nonprofits through their time doing what they like doing. And many of them, so we had like 20 questions. I have only a few here. And the other thing was willing to donate if the reservation were addressed. And 70% said that, yeah, if their reservation were addressed, they will like to support nonprofits both through by means of money and by means of time. So just wanted to share this with you guys. Then there were other things also. We heard that there's difficulty to finding opportunities without jumping through the hoops, and you guys must be aware of this. Narrow down the search mix so that they can find something they like to do for a cost. What was most interesting was this finding that searching for a paid job was easier than finding free work. So by free work, I mean like something that you're really passionate about. And it comes from my personal example as well. Growing back home, I was forced into engineering. I never wanted to be an engineer. I always wanted to be a designer, but my dad was a cop and he was very strict, and he made me commit to doing engineering. And then he said, you can do whatever you wanted to do with your life. But I found a creative outlet. I used to go through this ISKCON temple, if you guys are aware of. It's called also known as Hare Krishna movement. So they have a huge, massive building there, temple, where I used to go on the weekends and help them with some graphics job. And I think that was the most fun I had working for someone, even though I was not getting anything in return. But with any work that you do in terms of paid forward, you always, something will come down the line, something you get in return. And that exactly happened with me as well. So the design school I wanted to go into, I was able to build my portfolio through that experience. But 5 years of going on my weekends, spending my weekends there and doing some design for this organization. And that helped me to get into the design school I wanted to. It's extremely difficult, billions of 2 billion population, and they have only 10 seats per discipline. So extremely difficult to get in. But I was able to build my portfolio and was accepted into it. And I credit most of it because of the work that I did with this nonprofit. So this was the philosophy. This is what I believe in: go into the world and do well, but more importantly, go into the world and do good. And hence the idea here is, and I have spent like most of my careers in design field. I've at a lot of different levels, right? Being a designer to be a manager, and being an entrepreneur. And this is something that I hear over and over again from the designers. They often complain that the skills are not fully utilized. You will find designers all over, they are unsatisfied with the kind of work, they are not appreciated. The other problem the designers have, designers can't put their skills for a greater good of the society rather than helping corporation make money. So even if you guys might be aware of this term called dark pattern sometimes, and if you have seen that popular documentary on Netflix, Social Dilemma, this is all done by designers that exploit you some way just to make the corporation more profitable. And there's always this, they can support charities by doing what they like rather than just donation. So there's an avenue for them to support the nonprofits, and they can continue doing their day-to-day job. So that's how we landed up into paid forward. Our value proposition for the nonprofits is that we strengthen nonprofits by connecting creatives who want to donate their time with nonprofits who need their skills and consultation. And for designers, we enable creatives to use their skills to create a more just and inclusive world by helping nonprofits. So the concept is pretty straightforward. This is our website. And you just go to the website. You can just say you are a creative or nonprofit. There's some blurb about the creative and nonprofit, what is there for them. You go here and you can sign up on the website as a creative, or you can sign up as a nonprofit. We vet every designer that comes in, so it's not free for everyone. Like, we make sure that the nonprofits get only quality designers. So we are very particular about the quality control, as well as we make sure that any other organization don't land up into our on our group. Right now we have a Slack group, and actually the reason why we have a Slack group is we were thinking about having a website. We were working on it. There's a company called IT Technology. They have an e-commerce platform that we were working with. But then COVID hit, and then we thought that there's an urgent need where nonprofits needs help. And we said that why don't we get started with Slack? And it's working very well. Right now we have more than 150 designers in our community. We have 30 charities in the community. This is like, just says how it works. So you can just go browse job, pick up a job, and designate yourself, and the nonprofits, you just set the right expectation with them and then just deliver the work. We help along the way, managing the project and making sure that the quality is met for the nonprofits. And these are some of our partners. So this is growing by the day. There are more nonprofits and creatives joining us, more and more nonprofits and creatives joining us. You will find all different kinds of designers, graphic designers, business designers. As you can see, there's a large list here. And why does it matter now than ever? COVID-19, one out of the 5 nonprofits are expected to close in the next 6 months. 10% of the respondents say that they're using personal funds to keep their organization afloat. This is like something that we can all play our part in this challenging situation. Virtual volunteering is at its peak. You guys must be well familiar with that. Due to corporate layoff and working from home, designers have more time to support charities. And of course, the world is reminded of doing good and helping others. So that was my presentation. Happy to take any questions that you guys might have. Thank you.